What's up, everybody? My name is Craven, and welcome back to another Minecraft Let's Play video. And in today's video, we are going to be working on what we are going to be doing today is we are going to be building a small library. Not really a small library. What we're doing is we are going to be building a library that might not be the biggest, but it's mainly going to be for a future villager that we may encounter on our world. And it is starting to lag a little bit. I think we're running into new chunks, or we're really running into an area that's new to us, so it's glitching out. And I'm not exactly sure where some cows might be, but I need some cows because I need the meat. Or at least, if we find horses, we might have to get rid of them. Just depending on the whole thing today. And I don't want to get rid of horses, but it might just be what we have to do. And I've been noticing some really bad things, and I need to fix my controls. I think I might also end up turning up the friendly mobs volume, because I know I'm gonna need it. And I'm aiming for around a stack or more for meat, or at least leather. So that's the main goal. And I do have the coordinates saved, so we should be good. Nothing should happen, and we do have a bed, so that if something were to happen, we'd be fine. And I do see that we have three cows over here. I do need to remember that cows do look different in each different biome, because of the fact that each cow will definitely look different no matter what biome they're in, because of the fact that since the spring drop, that was like whatever, I don't remember what the spring drop was, the name of it, but I just know there was a spring drop that happened that included the fact that they have that happen. And I am not really 100% sure on what happens with it. So it's 7 pieces. I'm wondering if I should just take back some cows and make a little area for them. But I don't know if I'll need to do that because I have so many cows. And well, I would probably have to do a lot of stuff. And I don't know how much beef I really need. I'm gonna just go to around 30. But let me see real quick, actually. How many pieces of leather do you need to make a book in Minecraft? My data is not running that fast. And I'm also trying to make sure. Okay. So I think we might honestly be okay, but I do want to overdo it a little bit, possibly. That way I don't end up having any issues in the near future to cause any issues later on, if that makes sense. Because I do know that depending on whatever you're doing, it cannot really be the greatest thing. And yes, I do know that I'm actually killing sheeps, but I do need the sheeps too, because of what we're doing. I'm more or less just fully worried about the fact that I would have a lot of stuff go on. Why was I using that? Huh. I honestly do not know. And there's a llama in one of those. I'm wondering if there are cows around here. There are horses down there. That's the only thing I realize or notice, to be honest. There's a lot of cows down there, actually. Oh shoot! Okay, boy. Okay, Craven. I can't be trusted with my life at all. But I do know that I'm gonna actually need to utilize everything that I have. So, first things first, we're gonna go over here and we're gonna utilize these cows over here, and we're just gonna kill as many of these as we can. My goal is 30 pieces. My goal is to have at least 30. So, if that means killing a lot of these, then it means killing a lot of these. But I mean, I don't see that really being an issue. Just as long as I mean, really, actually, there's more cows over here, so we could end up getting it. I'm gonna go around this ravine, because I know I'm gonna have to not die, and I don't want to die, so I'm just gonna take the short way around it, not worry about it, and be fine about it, I guess about it. I don't know about it. Well, and I think, yeah, I should be fine, because I think I would only need one bookshelf. I mean, 3 books. What is the coordinates that we're at right now? And let's go. That was not what I was trying to do. Back to game T. So -70. Okay. If we're going back, we have to go back this way. So I think we might end up going back on to the hill there. And I know I'm probably gonna have to climb a lot. And I mean, honestly, the fact is this: I have enough sugarcane to make the paper, so I should be fine with paper and fine with the leather too. So I shouldn't really worry about it. I think it's mainly the wood that we're gonna have an issue with possibly. And I also know that I'm gonna need to go mining for resources too, most likely. So I'm trying to more or less prepare for that possibility. And I do know that I'm going to end up having... I wonder if I can see my base from out here. Because I know it's negative... It's negative this, and then it's positive the rest. I was worried that I was gonna die there. Not bad. Okay. So... I do think we are over here. Yes, we are, because I think that it does lead over here a lot. I think we're just... Let me actually look back at T. So we're at 67, 13. So we're back that way, actually. So we are in the right direction. We are in the right direction. I think we just have, like, a lot of stuff. Yeah, because if we go back over here, I bet you we're gonna see a bridge. I honestly don't know. I don't know. But hey, it is what it is. We have a lot of stuff going on. And, I mean, we spent 12 minutes so far with exploring, trying to find what we needed to find. And, I mean, I would say we did a pretty good job at it. And I'm actually going the wrong way. I need to go this way. I'm stupid. I need to go this way. Yeah, there's my base down there. Can I make it there before it's nighttime? That's the guess. That's the wonder here. That's why I didn't see it. That's why I didn't see it. I was not on the right side of the area. That's the only thing that was different about it. And I do think what we are going to do is we are going to, first things first, after we go to sleep, I do want to make sure we have what we need for this. And we shouldn't have an issue. Okay, so let's grab these, and I want to see how much of this we can get made up. And I don't exactly know how big this so-called library is going to be. I just know that I'm gonna need it at some point. So we would have 19 books. So how many, if I'm going to make a lectern, I need one bookshelf and a ton of logs like that. So how much do I have for it right now? I'm honestly just wondering. I'd be able to make 6 bookshelves, but I only need 1. Let's see how much slabs I have here. So let's do that, and then let's make 1 lectern. Actually, this is going to be pretty good. I actually do want to kind of explore our world at some point and figure out what all we're going to do. I do think that what we're going to actually do for this next build that we have, I'm wondering if I have, do I have a pair of shears here? No, but I have oak leaves, and that would actually be really useful for what I'm thinking about. So what I'm thinking about doing is we're gonna utilize every bit of blocks that we can, and we are gonna build a border around this build out of all of the leaves that we can get. And I'm gonna show y'all which plot we are gonna use, because we're gonna start building a lot of this side up, and I think we're gonna expand. Instead of it being just right here, it's gonna go up and then it's gonna wind over there. We're gonna have a lot of like builds in the side of these, but they're not gonna be too big. They're gonna be just right and like the right amount for these things. And I think what we're gonna do is we are gonna use this plot right here for the build. So let's go on ahead, and where all of this is not going to be where the build is. The inside of it's going to be where it is, and then we are going to have a more defined area for it. So let's build up the foundation for this build. And this build is not going to be too massive, because I feel like having a massive build this far in might not be a bad idea, but also I kind of feel like building up these smaller, more unique buildings might actually be a lot better than building up these random one size fits all kind of builds, I think. So how much so I think it would be right here that it would be the thing, because I just need to see how much, first of all, I need to see how many pieces of diorite I actually used for this, because I want to outline the build with my wood heat, with all of the things, and I feel like it would kind of be a little bit more interesting. So let me see here. So how many pieces of diorite was that? That was 32. So I would say let's do this, and let's do 2 on each side, so that actually helps there. And then I would say let's outline this whole build with all of these, because I feel like it would actually kind of bring a little bit of a unique style that I have used for my other builds in my Sabbath world, which I do want to go back to making shorts at some point, but right now where we are with everything, it kind of feels like a far shot right now, just due to the fact that it's so much. And I don't know why it feels like it's so much, but it just, for some reason, has been really been, it's really been feeling like it's been way too much to handle. And how did I jump all the way? Oh, Nikes. Okay, so I'm gonna have an issue with those guys again. Frick. Okay, so I need to fix my thing there. Let's see here. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 15, 15. So that's 30, 30. 42. I need a stack of 60, I think. I need around a stack of 60 or so for that build. And what it mainly is I need to just build up the area and get it planned out. Oh wow, I am doing perfect on time. Good. So guys, what's happening right now is I'm actually going to be pre-recording a few videos. Surprise, surprise. And I'm actually fixing up a few videos for the main factor of I have a few things that I actually have to get done today. And I can't necessarily actually deal with them right now because I have so much stuff going on. So it's just like, it's a lot of like trial and error, I think. And it's getting really stressful in some places, and I don't want it to be stressful, so I'm just like more or less planning out how I can do things. And I think this video is definitely gonna be more work, I guess. I don't know the right way to really explain what I'm thinking about, because I don't want to go too far in with this and then it'd be like really confusing for you all, and it'd be like, what the frick is he doing? He's making videos and doing stuff. What the hell? I don't know, but I'm just going through every different scenario and planning out what can happen to make it better. And the main reason I'm pre-recording this week's videos, or at least what I'm doing, is I'm gonna record Saturday's video and Sunday's video back to back, because I feel I'm gonna take a break in between both, but I'm gonna do it so I can actually like have time to turn in some schoolwork and not feel overwhelmed with it, because it might just be that I'm overdoing a few things with this world, but I don't want to stop making these videos because I know I love making them, and it's actually an escape from everything. From that, like, now it's actually an actual escape instead of like something that doesn't really fit in with my schedule, and it's just so much to handle sometimes, or at least I feel like it was the last time I really like fully dove into playing Minecraft. It was a lot to handle because I didn't have the right capacity of everything, and I felt like I didn't have the focus that I really needed to play it, so it was really hard to fully invest in one single world. But now that I have gotten my life back together and kind of figured out how I can do things and worked out things, it's a much bigger and digestible thing. So yeah. Okay. So I do know that I need to get back up top. So let's do just that. And I do notice how it is turned nighttime, so I am gonna need to go to bed. But besides that, I've been thinking about how much easier everything has been feeling recently, and how I can make everything so much better by just focusing in on it instead of, I definitely feel like making these videos in the way I have, I do think that it's going to be out of Deep Slate Bricks today, because that makes the most sense for it. And plus, I think I might end up making, I think what I'm going to do is okay, first things first, I need to empty out my inventory full of all of this stuff. And yes, I do that is really good. So the fact that I have all of that stuff screams yes, yes, yes. Please do this more. So I mean, I think as long as I'm more or less invested in everything, I shouldn't have a problem. So let's go back down to this area. No, it's this one right here, and we have all of the slabs that I actually need for this video today. And I'm wondering how many things we have, because I don't want to I want to build up this build to the best of its ability, and I think I have, or at least I'm really starting to build it up to the best of its ability, because I have so much ability with this. And yes, I do know that I'm going to be building it really small, but there's no real problem in building up a library smaller than anything else, because I don't like big massive builds. I like big city projects that, even if you might be like building it pretty small, it still feels big, in the fact that as long as you're focused in on what you're doing, it doesn't feel like an actual project in a way, if that makes sense. Like, I don't feel burdened, or at least it doesn't feel, let's say overwhelming, I guess. And yes, I do notice how we have that. So we have that, and then I think what we're going to do is we're going to probably... I want to utilize a lot of the stuff that I've been doing, and that's going to be like that. I do think we're going to have the thing in the corner here, so it's going to be like that. And I do actually think I might just go on ahead and put this bed in here, and then I might utilize... I'm going to go back and get those things, because that would actually be pretty cool to utilize, with the fact of the matter that it's much more inviting, I feel like. So let's do it like this, and then I'm gonna do that. I do notice how we have a lot of this, so I could very well, like, okay, that's not as bad as I thought it was. Okay, so that's gonna go up there, and then I think, okay, so that goes in one, and then that goes up one, and that goes in one, that goes up one, and that one goes up one, and then that goes like that. So then I'm thinking I don't want to do it like that, but I might end up doing it like that. So we're going to build it up like that, and then it's going to connect up like that, and then that goes like that, and then that connects up there. So, I mean, this whole roof design is really unique in the way that I don't feel like I used a lot of the blocks. But it still feels like every build feels unique. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to hit left to right, right to left, so that we can actually build this up in the way that it needs to be built up. And yes, this is the way it needs to go, because I don't really want to overdo the builds, but I also don't want to overdo anything else that might end up happening. So let's do this. I mean, that doesn't look bad whatsoever. I really wonder if I have any logs. I should have stuff in my door. I should have stuff in my starter house from when I like started on everything. And this is like a little librarian's house. Yeah, and I mean, nothing in there. We've got one piece there. Nothing in there. Nothing in here. Nothing in here. Nothing in here. Nothing in there. In there. I'm thinking I might end up just doing this. So it's 2, 4. I'm gonna do 8 just in case. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So let's go back over here, and I'm pretty sure that the things are up there, so I do need to actually go back up top here, and I probably could utilize what we have up here for stuff. So let's do this, and let's just light that up, and then do I have any bookshelves left in here? I have books in here. I'm wondering if I just made enough for just that. So if I make more bookshelves, I might have an idea with them. So let's make 5 more, and I'm gonna utilize them in a much nicer and better way, I believe. And I do think, and I believe what we're gonna probably end up doing too is I need to get rid of that pillar over there, so I need to actually utilize the stone pickaxe that I have here and just finish that up. And I shouldn't need any, I don't need anything else, and I'm actually wondering. This video is really short. Oh gosh. Okay, that's crazy. But, I mean, it's not short, it's just a more fast-paced thing because it didn't take so much long. It didn't take a long time. It, like, really didn't. And what day are we on? We aren't even on day 130. That is crazy. Okay, what we might actually do for the last bit of the video, well, okay, I do know that I actually have a lot of stuff to do. So okay, so let's do this, and then I would say get that done. That goes here, and then I guess I could put a book on here. No, I can't because it has to be a book as well. But I do actually need to make a door. I need to make some doors for this. So that's what I could do real quick. And the thing is also, I think I don't think that we have a lot of stuff that needs to really be fully done. And why did I go all the way over here when I had the... I am all over the place today, guys. I am all over the place. And I'm sorry for that. I just am. I don't know why. I just don't know what I'm doing, I think. And it's more or less just a factor of, hey, I'm not thinking, and it's getting to me, I guess. One thing I do want to kind of see, I have 3 builds over here yet built, and 3 builds over here and 3 builds over there yet to be built. So what I'm thinking is, in the next few videos, we are going to be getting done with these builds. And then at some point in the next few videos, we are also going to end up getting the entrance way done for this build. And I might actually end up doing that in between videos too. I don't exactly 1000% know yet, but I think it might be a good idea to do that. And the fact of the matter is this: I have a small librarian's hut here, and I actually love it. I love this build. And I mean, it actually looks pretty freaking amazing. So let's do this, because I do actually need to go on ahead and do something real quick, and then after I do that, I believe we might be done for today. I will say I really enjoyed this video. It felt like a bit of fresh air to actually get away from the storage room for a little bit and kind of take some time to work on something more entertaining and new. So thank you guys for that. I do think that we are going to end up utilizing a lot more area for this area, or at least I think we're going to start utilizing a lot more of the area around here, and we might bring the pathway more out here and get rid of more of these builds and get rid of more of this area. And I actually do want to bring up the pathway here to where it's connecting up here and building builds up here too. But I think I definitely have a plan, and I think I want to plan that out in between videos at some point. But since I am like fully working on the videos now, and I mean, the fact that we have all of this area kind of says that. So I'm just kind of playing this game as I can, and more or less just wondering when the next thing will fall into place and into my hands, because I know that I have a lot of stuff to get done. And that should be good there. Where's the piece of wood here? Oh, there it is. So there's this tree right here, and then there's this tree up here. So what I'm doing is I'm fully getting rid of a lot of these trees here, since they're not really needed, or at least if they're needed, it's not very advised. I guess. More or less, I'm just getting my wood out of this stuff so I can actually, like, fully have the area for when I want to build upon my base and expand it out wider and wider, which I do think by episode 50 I'm going to have a lot of builds, and I mean a lot, because I think there's definitely like 1000% potential for this area, and I can see that potential now. I can definitely fully understand it. So I'm just kind of like fully being like aware of everything, kind of being like on the safe side of everything, kind of being prepared for it so that I'm not being too much. And yes, I do know that I'm actually doing this, but this is actually helping me prepare for next video, because I do think we're going to actually end up utilizing a lot more of these blocks. And okay, so I need to grab all of the logs here so that I don't lose everything. And I think, I honestly wonder how much we're gonna have. Well, the thing is, here I have a lot of stuff I mined out. Oh, those, I don't know why I thought that those were saplings. That's like the weirdest thing. I keep on visually fixing my eyes to different builds, and it's not what I think it is, and just turns out to be like something very different, which is so weird, but I do see how it happens. And I mean, I fall for it, so there is that. How many pieces of logs am I missing here? I do think I need to actually get a few things done here, so it'll probably be a good idea to just work on it. But I do honestly think, honest to gosh, think that I am pretty much done for today. This has been a fun adventure. We have built a lovely, lovely little library cabin, and I enjoyed it. It was a nice change of pace for this video. In the next one, I do think we are gonna end up expanding this area, and we are gonna build another one of these 3 builds. So what my plan is for the rest of this area, at least, so what's gonna happen is this area is gonna be more of industrial builds, and I think we might build another bridge over there. But I want to clear out all of this area and have all of this area filled up with builds. And same with this area. I do want to get a few I want to get a few more saplings so we can get that done. And I'm probably going to do that in between videos too today. So just look out for that. But in the meantime, I hope y'all have enjoyed today's video. If y'all want to see more, consider subscribing, leaving a like, and I will see you on the next one. So, goodbye!